Mountain Mother Goose, an original operetta, will premiere in Walman Hall Theater on June 8 at 7:30 p.m., with additional performances on June 9, also at 7:30 p.m., and a matinee at 2 p.m. on June 10th. Decades in the making, Mountain Mother Goose is based on the child lore collections of Dr. Ruth Ann Musick and Dr. Walter Barnes, both retired faculty members from Fairmont State. The works are edited by Dr. Judy Byers, director of the Folklife Center. 6 stories will be woven together to bring Mother Goose to life and put to original music by Dr. Alice Merck, Professor Emeritus of Music, with additional lyrics written by retired faculty member Dr. George Byers, and additional story by Dr. Francine Kirk, Associate Professor of Communication and Theater.
Well, Ruth Ann Musick is a legend, as people tell me. She was a professor here for a long time. She came in 1946, and she retired in 1969, 1970, and then she came out of retirement. We're very glad that she did that. She started her interest in folklore actually through her family. Her family members were storytellers. When she came, a gentleman had come out of retirement and had moved back to Fairmont, and his name was Dr. Walter Barnes. And he was very excited about Ruth Ann Musick being on the faculty. Dr. Barnes himself was a folklorist, but much earlier than Ruth Ann Musick. He came to Fairmont State. It was then Fairmont Normal School at the turn of the century. He taught English education. Went out into the schools to train student teachers, but the schools that he went out into were one-room schools, and he became fascinated with the jingles and the jangles and the play party games on the schoolyard, and he began to collect what these children were saying and doing. And so we have his collection. Dr. Alice Merck was a longtime music professor here at Fairmont State, an extraordinarily creative person who also loves story and storytelling. And so Alice Merck knew of these two combined collections that I had begun to work on and to compile together to salute these two great folklorists that we have here on this campus. And she wanted to put aspects of these collections into a musical operatic form. And I said, Dr. Merck, they're like a mother goose. And so that's how it all unfolded.
The Fairmont State Town and Gown Youth Company production has been in rehearsal under the stage direction of Dr. Francine Kirk and the musical direction of Dr. Mary Lynn Bennett. This production is partially funded by a strategic planning grant from Fairmont State University.
I've been able to work with Dr. Merck and with Dr. Byers and with Dr. George Byers to create some arias that go with this little operetta about these folk tales. And so we've been working over email, we've been making telephone calls. So as an artist, it's really an exciting project. It's also a really exciting project for the children because this musical doesn't really have a text. It has a text. It has a text of these folk stories, but it doesn't have characterizations. So the children in the tale, the children in the story, have been creating their own stories. So as an artist, it's very exciting. As a teacher, it's very exciting. And as a member of the Fairmont State community, it's very exciting.
Plan now on attending Mountain Mother Goose. Performances are June 8 and 9 at 7:30 p.m. and 2 p.m. on June 10th. Reserved seat tickets are $12 each and may be reserved by calling the box office at 304-367-4240.